when he was little, I can tell the story too, he gave me this yellow glass daffodil. Okay, that's nice, dear. So I kind of wandered around the house figuring out where I was going to put this yellow glass daffodil. And so 2 or 3 days later, he comes to me and like, Mom, I had a bad dream. I dreamed you sold it at the garage sale. You know? So I was like, oh great, now I got to keep this silly thing. I had a lady, about 84 years old, that I started working with. And what happened to her is that her and her husband had that rhythm of who did the paperwork and who did the house cleaning. And so she called me up and she said, I don't believe my house has gotten so out of control. I was worried I was going to go into a hoarding situation. And I went into this lady's house, 84, perfectly spotless. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't see any problems. But what she was doing is she was shoving all the mail in cabinets and in boxes in the closets because she wanted everything to look nice. And she just said she ran out of closet space. So, you know, it's something that you need to do. I write it on my calendar because if it goes in a pile, it's going to go away and you're going to forget it. I mean, how many of you guys have forgotten special events that you really wanted to go to? And you saved the invitation, but the invitation was at the bottom of the stack. So anyway, make sure you write it on your calendar. I'm still a paper person. I can't handle electronic calendars. They have these things on your calendars, but it's a dot. What the heck does a dot mean? What time is that dot for? So, you know, I just haven't gotten into that rhythm yet. Now my son has. Eric has something to do. Oh, look. Do you know
that's mine.
that do you know that 95%? But well, you know, it's funny when you're doing laundry, if you find the money, that's your tip.
I know.
See, I know.
$20. Like, whoa, I can pay for this.
You know, it's funny. I thought it was a $1 bill I had here, so I was going to do that to 10. Anyway, 95% of my clients, we find money. I had one lady, and she's a realtor, and she had her special home office that was just a dumping ground. She said, Lisa, you know the rule that says if you haven't seen it in a year, touched it in a year, throw it away. And I said, that doesn't count on paper. It really doesn't count. And so when she went through her paperwork, I'm not kidding, there was a treasury note in the bottom of a shoebox with trash in it, $8,000.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. Now, you might not have it, but she forgot she had it. But so the point is when you're sorting paperwork, you've got to make sure. Now, here again, so for mail, I deal with it right away. And I got that from a friend named Tiffany. I went to her house and it was perfect. I mean, spotless. And I said, where's your stuff? And so she said, mail. You take care of it right away. Now, you know you have to follow up with some things, but you know what? When that mail rolls in the house every day, decide which trash or recycle, what's going to be shredded, what you have to do, what you need to file. I have a paper tip that, you know, with world travel, not me, people who travel around the world, and I babysat their dogs, you know, their kids, you know, have something from Russia, something from Ireland. Now, how many of you have clothes in your closet that one day you may lose weight? And you know that's a funny thing. I used to have clothes, and then once you pass that size twice, it ain't happening. I'm just always hoping to get to the next level. If I ever get enough weight loss where I just have to buy new clothes, you know? I used to have size 2s in my closet, 0s in my closet, that's okay. So anyway, point is you have to be realistic on skinny clothes. My husband will not get rid of skinny clothes. I finally, when we moved, convinced him to get rid of his 36 waist. And you know he won't let me live it down because he's like, oh, the boys could have worn it now, see, you know, all that stuff. That's fine, you know. So anyway, I did convince him, and so we have in our closet buckets that are called Joe's Skinny. So here again, that's the tip for your closet organizing. So now once you can identify what you want to do with organizing, what are your goals? And then you can overcome those things in your mind on why it happened and how to get past it. And then